I can swim. Just can't walk or dress myself. Take it easy. Take it easy.
All's my life I has to fight, nigga. All's my life hard times like yeah, bad trips like yeah. Nazareth, I'm fucked up, homie, you fucked up, but if God got us, then we gon' be alright.
Nigga, we gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. Huh? We gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright.
And when I wake up, I recognize you looking at me for the pay cut. Bahamas, I be looking at you from the face down. One Mac 11, even boom with the bass down. Scheming, now let me tell you about my life. Painkillers only put me in the twilight. With pretty pussy and Benjamin is the highlight. Now tell my mama I love her, but this what I like, Lord knows. 20 of them in my Chevy, tell them all to come and get me. Reaping everything I sow, so my karma come in heaven. No preliminary hearings on my record. I'm a motherfucking gangster, and silence for the record. Tell the world I know it's too late. Boys and girls, I think I've gone crazy. Trying to side my faces all day. Won't you please believe when I say, when you know we've been hurt, been down before. Nigga, when our pride was low, looking at the world like where do we go? Nigga, and we hate po-po when the killer's dead in the street for sure. Nigga, I'm at the preacher's door. My knees getting weak and my gun might blow, but we gon' be alright.
Nigga, we gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. Huh? We gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright.
What you want? You a house, you a car, 40 acres and a mule, a piano, a guitar, anything. See, my name is Lucy, I'm your dog. Motherfucker, you can live at the mall. I can see the evil, I can tell it, I know it's illegal. I don't think about it, I deposit every other zero. Thinking of my partner, put the candy, painting on a Rico. Digging in my pocket, ain't a profit big enough to feed you. Every day my logic, get another dollar just to keep you in the presence of your Chico. I don't talk about it, be about it, every day I sequel. If I got it, then you know you got it, heaven I can reach you. Pet dog, my dog, that's all. Big back and chat, I trap the back for y'all. I rap, I black on tracks, so rest assured. My rights, my wrongs, I right till I'm right with God. When you know, we been hurt, been down before. Nigga, when our pride was low, looking at the world like where do we go? Nigga, and we hate po-po when the killer's dead in the street for sure. Nigga, I'm at the preacher's door. My knees getting weak and my gun might blow, but we gon' be alright.
Nigga, we gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. Huh? We gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright.
I keep my head up high, I cross my heart and hope to die. Love me is complicated, too afraid of my changes. I'm alright.
Salute, and welcome. Welcome back to the Black Ocean Announcement. We're getting deep in with your host, the one and only Great Black Shark. Yes, a lot of you asked me to go ahead and do this on the last broadcast we did over here. I mentioned that, I was talking to you about how wealthy some of these Arabs are. And the reason I'm going to show you this tonight is it's actually going to help you all that might not have known this information. It's going to show you something about why no one over here, especially if you anti-Black American, okay, it's for when I say over here, I'm talking about in the United States of America. No one over here in the United States of America should be calling on foundational Black American freedmen to help you with your conflict with the Israeli government, okay, over there. You shouldn't be calling on us. I'm going to show you the people that you should be calling on, okay? If you are Palestinian or, if you over there, Iranian, whatever, these are people you need to be hollering at, okay? These are your fellow Muslims. And let me tell you something. Family, I don't care what NBA player you know. I don't care what rapper you know, et cetera, et cetera. Oh, no, they ain't doing it like this. I promise you they're not. I don't care what type of front they put on. What I'm going to show you here tonight, yeah. Y'all know the phrase, they're talking about they getting Arab money. We finna take a look at this Arab money tonight. Normally, I'm not a pocket watcher. I don't count other people's pockets, but I'm doing this for educational purposes tonight so that you will see how offensive this is going to be. In fact, the business at the beginning of this broadcast, let me go and do something that I normally do. And salute to the good brother Black for the cash out. Thank you, my good man. Let me do something I normally don't do until I get a good ways in. I want y'all, because we're going to put this in here again, because I like for my audience to understand where our dollars and cents are going as American taxpayer dollars. A lot of people, I meant to say something too, bro, while I'm putting this in here. A lot of them folks don't like that I put y'all up on that site. They sent some emails. They've been trying to jump in my ear. I'm like, I don't care what you... Look, let me talk to the mayonnaise people. Now I'm really going to be motivated to bring that Children of Chalk series back to the main channel instead of just on Patreon. Because, see, I keep trying to let y'all understand. And we got new subscribers over here. Shout out to the brothers and sisters that are new to the channel. Whether you LB or non-LB, if you on code and you're not an alabaster ass kisser, okay, if you're not mentally colonized, welcome. If you are any of those things, well, you might have landed on the wrong platform. You ain't going to have such a good time, okay? Now, to the alabaster people, let me talk to y'all. I get it, Brad and Becky, okay? I know that you've been groomed and raised your entire life to think that when you have an opinion about something, it is deemed automatically important. The world is supposed to stop moving and everybody's supposed to listen to what comes out of your little pink, thin earthworm lips. Giblet, I've got bad news for you. I could give less than a fraction of a damn about your opinions and what you think. I care about my fellow foundational Black American freedmen brothers and sisters and our own code non-FBA brothers and sisters' opinions, because I'm of the mindset that wherever there are Black people, melanated people that are on code gathered together, that is a place where we can come up with different ideas for the empowerment, protection, prosperity of our people. Don't care nothing about what you have to say. But unfortunately, there are some silly Negroes, okay, that have been trained to, anytime you open your mouth, it's supposed to be valid. You notice why I don't really argue with them like that. I'm like, look, I'm going to be somewhat polite with this, because maybe they'll get the hell out from over here, but that's a pipe dream. They always got to see what the blacks are doing. You people are damn near about to be museum exhibits. I'm just got to call it what it is. You're always worrying about everything except for them little struggle birth rates that you got going, okay? What are you worrying about me trying to educate my people for? Okay, you need to get over there and get them birth rates up, but you got a whole lot of problems. Your scooter to shooter problem. I mean, listen, we run down the list of things before. I don't need to rehash that. You got bigger fish to fry, but that's like talking to a dining room table, talking to a white supremacist. Let me greet my esteemed guests. Keep up with that site, family, because that, again, it shows where our tax dollars are going in real time, and you know that if you're like American citizen over here, okay? So let me scroll and see who I see. I see my good brother Black Vulture and Reloaded. Jay Colossus in the building. Tanisha Murdoch, I see you, sister. Salute to the good sister Ms. L and Mrs. Sam. I see my Lieutenant Tam Chan in the building, Noah Randall, Josh Norris, Mongo Slade, Herman S. Wingfield, and I see DW. Saluting and welcome to you all and anybody else be joining us tonight. Now, in case you all missed it, you can find it pinned at the top of my X page. I did hold another X space. Me and my brother Black Voltron Reload was in there. My brother Twizzle was in there. And shout out to my good brother Twizzle again for sharing, his elder, Mr. Martin, okay, the elder, 83 years old, man, on code, solid, gave a lot of good information and a lot of motivation for those of us that are nowhere near that elder's age to keep on putting in work, to stay focused, to keep on fighting a good fight. And see, for those like Mr. Martin, special shout out to that elder. That should be motivation for all of us in this era where we're in to use this technology for beneficial purposes, not 13th grade logic, not he said, she said this, oh, they talking about me, gossip. Just, hey, look, that's cool if people want to do that, but over here on this platform, we try to stay focused on educational discourse, beneficial discourse, etc. And hopefully brothers and sisters can link up over here online or offline to get things done, okay? That's what we stay focused at on any of my platforms, especially in the X space. We're going to be having another one coming up soon, on a very, very important topic. So stay tuned for that. I'll definitely announce it. We got some Patreon broadcasts coming up, of course. We definitely got several topics we're going to be cooking on over here on the channel because, family, there is one I'm working on that I'm going to present to you all over here on the main channel. Yeah, I'm going to have to handle some stuff. Y'all know, I mean, look, I'm not the nice guy in New Black Media, okay? Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm not the nice guy. I'm the guy that's willing to be the villain. Let me tell you something. If it's something that I feel my people need to be educated on that they're not aware of, if it's something that I see that needs to be done that some people don't, sometimes you got to be willing to stand one against many and be the villain. Sometimes, look, let me tell people this, especially young foundational Black American freedmen, men and women this. Sometimes if you know what you're doing is right, you have to consider this because a lot of people jump on these platforms and they want attention that they see other people have, or they want the respect that other people have earned over 20, 30 years, doing things in the community and doing things online to motivate and organize other people. They want that to come overnight, unearned, to the point that they just make up lies and say all kinds of goofy stuff about people, try to sow confusion. But for those of us that are in this for actual good faith purposes, we're not looking for fame, attention. We're not in it for cash apps, super chats, PayPals, or whatever. What we care about is the agenda of Black empowerment. So what I want to say to young foundational Black American freedmen, men and women, and non-LBA brothers and sisters that are on code trying to work for the empowerment of your people, no matter where you are on this planet, you have to understand that sometimes you might be viewed as the bad guy, but that might be the will of the Most High. Sometimes you might not be remembered or understood for the work that you do until you gone. Okay. And I'm okay with that. I'm cool. My goal is to make sure that I do everything within my power to dismantle the system of racism and white supremacy with everything that I'm able to throw at it. Okay. Look, none of us can take it down by ourselves, but if we each focus on a particular part of it and work diligently, okay, we will get this job done. So again, many thanks to Mr. Martin for his insights and his inspiration. I definitely enjoy having the elder speak to us, okay? Because look, when we talk about the off-code boomers, etc., man, we must definitely appreciate those elders that are still here with us that's willing to share their knowledge with our people. And I'd like to make a correction from the X space. I was talking about Mary Ellen Pleasant. I mixed her up with Hannah Elias, okay? I didn't realize that until after, man, because we discussed a range of topics over there. Brother Black Voltron will tell you, man, we discussed a range of things, a lot of good information in that X space. You can find it pinned to the top of my X account. You can find that in the description box of this channel and in the bio of this channel. Now, before we get started, one other piece of business here too, all right? I'm probably going to have to do a long form broadcast on what it means to actually have an understanding about people that you see that appear to be talking the Black American grassroots or new Black media language and appear to be on the same page. But then again, if you take the time to do a little bit more research into what they're talking about, which is what I advise anybody to do with my own platform or any others, you start to see them like, wait a minute, you're talking kind of crazy, because I've been seeing some people trying to suggest some names. Hey, you and so-and-so need to get together with a lot of different folks. And I'm like, did you really do your homework on what this person's ideology is and what their message is to people? Because see, and I'm not beating up on anybody, because people come into certain knowledge at different entry points. Sometimes people might hear one or two good things somebody's saying, and they don't do their homework and research everything else on a person's platform. And they think that person is, okay, this person's good money. Okay. Y'all take your time to do your homework on some of these people, boy, because, there was a name that I shall not mention here that is just, boy, a name was mentioned to somebody, man. I'm like, wait, really? That person? I'm like, oh my God, no. Okay. Look, watch this, right? Everybody that's over here, especially my day ones, y'all know what this platform has been over the years, okay? Now, for my day ones, if all of a sudden you came over here and I had like a thumbnail and title up, okay? And then when instead of getting into that, I started telling y'all, okay, the aliens is coming back to pick us all up. You know what I'm saying? They come to get us, man. It's reptilian, humanoids, alpha, just talking crazy shit. This stuff that don't make no logical sense. You be like, hey, brother, are you okay? Is you good? Okay? I'm going to tell you like one of my aunts say, is you crazy? You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, we clown to have a good time over here, but boy, some of these people, man, y'all, boy, and again, people come into different entry points on people's platform and knowledge, but take your time to go through sometimes people's archives. I always tell people, you're new to a platform, don't just look at the latest thing that brought you there. Go on, scroll down a little bit, man. Go on down a little bit. You know what? If you really want to know what somebody stands for, go down until you start seeing videos at least a year old. You know what I'm saying? Look at the different topics. You know what I'm saying? Read that about section, see where you are, man. Because, boy, and bless our sisters' hearts, man. They mean well, but, if you're not a person that's well studied on history or current events or geopolitics, some of these people, man, I don't know if these people are smoking things or drinking or a combination of both or beyond that. Because, see, you can stop smoking or drinking and get yourself right and start acting like you got some common sense. But there's one thing that there is no cure for, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot fix stupid, okay? There is not a tool on the planet. Exactly, Brother Black Voltron. Oswald Bates Babel. You'll see the gesticulation of the articulation leads to the defecation of my prognostication, which could lead to ejaculation and nauseation, my brother, if you understand what I'm saying? These bastards. I can't listen. I admit it, okay? I've told y'all, I'm not a saint. I'm not perfect, okay? But one thing that your brother has a low tolerance for is a blatant, hardcore, dedicated idiot, okay? I can't look, man, I can't do it. Y'all know how strict I am about misspelling crap in the comment section, all that. I'll allow a typo here or there. But that just blatant stupidity, because you high or drunk with them, like, hey, man, if you don't get your ass off, man, boy, I digress. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, how are y'all doing? Are y'all doing good? Because we're about to cook over here tonight. We finna get into some great education over here. Y'all gonna be able to use this the next time these tethers, especially the anti-black ones from the Arab world, try to come in your face talking about why we don't this, why we don't that. I give them the simple answer. Hey, not my community, not my problem. Just like you ignored us over here, we try to tell y'all by side with no folks against us, and you chose to do it. Cool. Well, now we're focusing on us and our community, okay? So we're going to get into tonight's discourse. Y'all about to see what Ariel Bunny mean. Now, look, let me give a disclaimer, too, for the new people especially. Y'all know when I start revealing certain things, it could be some interruption tonight because, we finna go some places, man, where, they probably don't want y'all to know none of this because, we cool as long as we singing, dancing, discussing ignorance, etc., etc. But as soon as we start trying to educate, And they're like, all right, nigga, the bridge too far. But we're gonna see what we can get presented to y'all over here tonight. And before we get started, one more thing. In an upcoming broadcast, I'm also gonna cover some of the recent developments between, as you know, we call her over here, gotta get the pronouns right, Elondra Musk, okay? That wanted to be Elondra Trump. Oh, Elondra, you might have just messed up over here with the white supremacists of America. I mean, yeah, if you over on Patreon and the in the community chat over there, you already know what I'm talking about. But Elondra posted a tweet, and this goes to show you that how a lot of them, even the white immigrants, they don't understand their place in the pecking order. The American white supremacists over here look at you white immigrants is like, okay, you supposed to know your place too. Don't think you finna take over. And that's what Elondra is thinking that he's gonna do, but family, I'll tell you what the ultimate irony would be, okay? Because I would save the meat of covering that for a future broadcast coming up soon. But wouldn't it be ironic and hilarious if Elondra got deported by his ex Boothang Trump? Wouldn't it be hilarious if Trump said, you know what, Elondra? I done gave you time to calm down from being a bad bitch. You're the richest bitch in the world, but you getting your ass deported, okay? Because see, let me tell you something. I've told y'all about money and the three components of power. We're going to get into that here tonight. But even if you're wealthy and you're one individual, that really doesn't do as much as you think. See, the average person doesn't understand. If you have extravagant wealth, even to the point that you like your laundry and they call you the richest bitch on the planet, if you are not connected into the political apparatus and the power structure and they're behind you, they can get you out of here. Your money cannot kill an idea, okay? It can help you and influence people, but hey, you're not going to usurp a power structure as a wealthy individual with all this radical bullshit, especially if your goal is to try to usurp the white supremacists that's already got this thing running over here. But interesting times that we're in, ladies and gentlemen. With that said, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to be stopping this where need be. And again, expect interruption. I am, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to see how much we can show y'all. So let's go ahead and get into it, and feel free to ask questions on anything that you see. Let's get into it.
You've seen the headlines, you've heard the news. From historical turning points to modern geopolitical landscapes, these individuals have been there pulling the strings and steering the course of nations through their incredible influence. Get ready for an eye-opening journey as we dig deep into the lives of the Muslim family who secretly rule the world, unraveling their rise to power, incredible wealth, and how they're the architects of global destiny. House of Althani. Qatar, once a modest pearl fishing and trading hub, underwent a dramatic transformation in the 20th century. It was during this time that the Althani family emerged as the driving force behind the nation's ascent.
I want to pause it briefly here because if you're just coming in here, I want you to jot these names down and remember these names that are being mentioned, because I'm going to get to that towards the end of the broadcast. But make sure, ladies and gentlemen, if this information is new to you and you don't know it already, remember these Arab family names that are going to be mentioned, because I'm going to thread a needle that a lot of people don't really want to talk about, but we going to get to it, okay? So make sure you're paying attention to all these last names that they're going to mention, because when I say wealthy, well, I tell you what, you about to see.
Althani family traces its roots back to the 18th century when they settled in the region. However, it was not until the mid-19th century that they began to assert their influence over Qatar. Led by visionary leaders, the Althani family navigated the challenges of the changing geopolitical landscape, forging alliances and securing Qatar's independence through their incredible fortune. Currently headed by Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, the Althani family's impact on Qatar's development cannot be overstated. Their visionary leadership and strategic decision-making have transformed Qatar into a modern, prosperous nation. From state-of-the-art infrastructure to world-class educational institutions, Qatar has become a beacon of progress under the guidance of the Althani family. However, what makes the Althani family stand out from other royal families is its wealth, which is nothing short of extraordinary. With an estimated net worth of around $335 billion, they are among the richest families in the world.
Now let's pause right quick. Did you hear that? That family's net worth, and look, let's clarify something about net worth too, okay? That family's net worth is $335 billion with a B. That's what they know about. That's not to count all the stuff that's off the record, underhanded things they got going on. Because look, once you start to hit those billions like that, yeah, at some point you're going to be involved in something underhanded, even if you don't intend to. Because think about it, all right? Let's talk real over here tonight. Billionaires, you really think all of those are saints? They've never gotten their hands dirty with all types of nefarious things, no matter what it's drugs, extortion, murder, sex trafficking, etc., etc. You really think that that's not going on? Because see, this is what I try to warn a lot of our sisters that travel. And y'all know I'm a big advocate for travel. It's the best education that you can get. But what I try to warn a lot of our sisters about, because you know the hot spot, I'm going to Dubai. I'm going to Dubai. Okay, but you better understand about not just the rules of that government there. Every place on the planet has an underground and underbelly that you don't know nothing about. Some places try to keep it out the media, but you better understand that places like Dubai, Qatar, whatever, over there, United Arab Emirates, there's a lot of things that go on that if you're not careful and you don't understand where you're going, that it's not a big playground, you could be in a lot of imminent danger. Case in point, and I'm not saying this to mock them because I don't think it's funny. I just wish they would do a little bit more research before, you know what I'm saying, they take off running to these places in search of a better life. A lot of, melanated immigrants, particularly from the continent of Africa, will go to the United Arab Emirates, accepting these jobs, and they'll finesse them, telling them they're going for one thing, and then as soon as they get there, they snatch their passport, and they've been put into modern-day slavery. I mean, I'm not being hyperbolic or facetious when I say it. That is literally modern-day slavery. Some of them are never seen again, and the ones that do end up being able to get back home, hey, they've been through such abuse and traumatic experiences, and here's the kicker. You would think that, okay, their homelands and the government would try to do something to help them or get them back. Nah, man, a lot of times they're on their own. So it's very bad, man, to see, like, the thing about them, this is what they have to do or they try to do to get themselves in a better position. But it's why we tell them, when you come over here to America, our country, at Foundation of Black American Freedom and Building, and provide opportunities for you to come over here and have a better life, you need to be respectful because you could be facing that alternative that I just mentioned, okay? So I'm going to ask this question, fam, before we get back to it. How many of you, if you had $335 billion, what would you be able to do with that? I want y'all to just let that marinate in your mind for a second as we get back to this, because I'm going to tell you right now, you don't know any rapper, athlete, etc., entertainer over here that's doing it like this. This right here is, the phrase, fuck you money? Okay, you finna see it over here tonight. So again, all of you that's over here talking about, Israel, Palestine, Iran, all that, no, you need to be hollering at them. But see, there's a reason why they're not going to call out for these people. Because when you see how they live, let me tell you something. If any of them folks that I just mentioned that's over here trying to browbeat us and shame us and speaking up for them, like, what the hell could we do for you anyway? But if they took that to these people, they'd be like, nah, it's offensive for you to even look my way and talk at me, okay? I'm telling you, these shit with these white tablecloths around their head, whatever you want to call it, okay? Bruh, you know what? I'm going to let y'all see. Let's get back to it.
Their opulent lifestyle is evident in their vast collection of luxury properties, including palaces, mansions, and high-end real estate around the globe. But their wealth extends far beyond their personal holdings. The Althani family has made strategic investments in various companies and industries worldwide, diversifying their portfolio and solidifying their financial dominance. Their investments span sectors such as finance, energy, real estate, and telecommunications, giving them significant influence over global markets. The Althani family's influence is not limited to the boardrooms of multinational corporations. They are regular attendees at high-profile events, rubbing shoulders with world leaders, celebrities, and influential figures. The Althani family is also committed to philanthropy and has established numerous charitable foundations and initiatives. Through their philanthropic efforts, the Althani family has made significant contributions to education, healthcare, and community development, both in Qatar and around the world. Sports have also been a passion for the Althani family. They have invested heavily in sports ventures, ventures, including the acquisition of prestigious football clubs and the successful bid to host major international sporting events. In fact, the 2022 FIFA World Cup took place in Qatar from November to December 2022, and this was an incredible feat as it was the first World Cup to be held in the Arab and Muslim world. This involvement in sports has not only elevated Qatar's global standing, but has also provided a platform for cultural exchange and diplomacy. Speaking of diplomacy, the Althani family's influence extends to the realm of international relations. They have played a significant role in mediating conflicts, supporting humanitarian causes, and fostering dialogue between nations. From the Arab Spring to the ongoing conflicts in the Middle East, the Althani family has played a significant role in supporting rebel movements and advocating for change.
Now, let me pause this right here because you heard them say that they have their hands and involvement in like international affairs. And he mentioned the conflict in the Middle East. Now, I'm finna go here because trust me, they ain't gonna like what I'm finna go because I like to make my audience think, okay, or encourage you to think. Family, $335 billion net worth, okay? Because see, we have to do some intelligent pocket watching. $335 billion net worth, okay. Long money, influence, okay? They could easily tell the Palestinians, hey, look, we see they keep kicking your teeth in, man. I understand that that's home. Hey, come on over here. We're going to make a place for you. We're going to let you come on over here. You really think they do any of that? Oh, yeah, we finna go there. Mm-hmm. Because see, if you listen to this broadcast, you've been over here in America where you fled to, and you keep telling us what we need to be saying and what we need to be doing. We're not saying it's right what's happening to them, but we got to show you the same compassion that you've shown us when the likes of our babies like Tamir Rice, etc., get killed. You didn't come out trying to support us or advocate for justice. In fact, many of you that are classified as white mock the tragedies that have happened to the future of our people, our young ones, okay? So that's the energy that I'm keeping. Now, back addressing your own people, for those that applies to, back addressing your own people, these jokers right here have not offered to resettle the Palestinians over there in their countries at all. They could easily do it. $335 billion, and man, they could take a fraction of their wealth and relocate everybody that's over there on the Gaza Strip, etc. You understand? Huh? Now, dealing with the affairs of Iran, that's a whole nother issue altogether. You know what I'm saying? Because to be honest with you, I can only speculate. I've never been to Israel. I don't live over there or whatever. I'm not a part of their culture, etc. But I'm just going to ask a question. If, let's just say this one family alone, because, y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Y'all think that $335 billion is something. Oh, just you wait. But I'm going to pose a question. If this family right here did what I just said and relocated all, the Palestinians from the Gaza Strip over to their different nations, they split them up, spread them out, or what have you. That really would probably solve the conflict, at least with that particular part of it. Now, the issues with Iran, that would be another thing. Well, no, wait a minute. Because Iran's main issue is, hey, you keep kicking the Palestinian, I'll fill the Muslims' teeth in over there. All right, they can't defend themselves against you. We're going to defend themselves against you, okay? But think about it. If they just let them have it, okay, and resettled over there in those United Arab Emirates nations, I guess it would probably be according to which particular branch of Islam they practice. There's different sects of it. I mean, what reason would you have to fight then? You know what I'm saying? I'm just asking the question because, see, I will give my opinion on that in conjunction to the question. As bloodthirsty as Israel is, I think they would keep going. Because think about it, right? Let's just use logic. If you say that, they're just so bad, they're just doing so much to you, and they were not there anymore, okay, what excuse would you have to do anything to them people if they weren't nowhere near you? You know what I'm saying? Just a question. But, that's for them to figure out. Salute to the good brother Latrevia Lawson for the cash out. Just some questions. But we finna get back to looking at all this wealth they're having. And again, next time that any of them come at y'all on social media with that stuff, just bring up some of these family names and watch how quiet they get. Like, hey, why don't you take your concerns to some of these wealthy Arab families over here? Because after tonight, you're definitely going to know what kind of paper they're sitting on. And if you stick to the end of the broadcast, I'm going to make a point about each and every one of them that's going to shock a lot of people. Get back to it.
efforts have earned them respect and recognition on the global stage, solidifying their position as key players in shaping world affairs. The Althani family's involvement in international affairs is not limited to diplomacy and humanitarian efforts. They have also played a role in shaping global events that have made headlines around the world. One such event was the historic visit of the Emir of Qatar to Gaza in 2012, where he pledged a substantial financial contribution to support the Palestinian cause. The Althani family's media empire, Al Jazeera, has also played a significant role in shaping public opinion and influencing global.
Aha! See, you didn't know that, did you? Yeah, everybody's heard of the network Al Jazeera, but now you know who actually owns it, and whoever funds it owns it, okay? Yeah, see, you finna learn some things over here tonight, all right? So now you heard what they were saying about, this particular member of that family going over there to give them funding to support them, but again, where was the offer to resettle them? And resettle them in areas where, their particular faith is practiced across different regions of the Middle East. Because, that can be done. Just a question. Let's get back to it.
Discourse. Their commitment to providing unbiased news coverage and diverse perspectives has made Al Jazeera a prominent voice in the media landscape. The Althani family's involvement in international affairs and their role in shaping global events have solidified their position as key players on the world stage. House of Saud. With an estimated net worth ranging from $95 billion to a staggering $1.4 trillion, the House.
Yes, that's right. You heard that they gave the range from 95 billion to 1.4 trillion. Now, in case anybody is wondering, well, damn, how could they accrue all of those funds? Because for the younger people, they're probably wondering, how could a family accrue this much money? Now we finna get into who's actually running the oil, okay? Oh, yeah. See, this kind of money right here, like you said, Brother Black Vulture in the chat said, hey, the money doesn't equal military might. He's absolutely correct. However, here's the one thing that plays into the advantage of people that have this type of money to throw around. Because at this point, you can't even just call this regular money. This is generational wealth for real right here, okay? When they have this type of money to throw around, you know what asset it buys them? And it's everywhere on the planet? Corruption. Oh, yes, that buys them corruption far and wide. In other words, hey, remember the rest of the $1 Million Man? Everybody's got a price. Well, every corrupt individual definitely has one. So, hey, they could have their feet kicked up on the couch and be like, yeah, okay. All right, how much for you to go in there and sell me them secrets to your nation? You know what I'm saying? And what I'm saying, I'm joking, but it has happened many, many, many times, okay? And as you all know, information is the most powerful currency there is. And they're willing to pay big money for that type of espionage and extortion information, to keep themselves in a power position. Plus, when they're in control of the energy supply, which is really, to be honest with you, what most of these wars are about, is taking people's resources and everything. So, there's that factor right there. And see, that corruption, I really hate it when the young people of any nation have to suffer under that because, the corrupt that are already grossly, extravagantly wealthy beyond what most people could even fathom in their lifetime. They're still greedy to the point they want more, and they don't give a damn about their young people. You know what I'm saying? So I do have some empathy for that. But again, I have to limit it to what empathy those people would show our particular community. Y'all about to hear some stuff now, man. Oh, yeah. Y'all thought that 335 billion was something. Check this out.
House of Saud is a force to be reckoned with. Descended from the founder of Saudi Arabia, Abdul Aziz bin Abdul Rahman bin Faisal, this influential dynasty has ruled the kingdom since 1932. From their control over Saudi politics and business, including their association with oil giant Saudi Aramco, to their vast number of members, including 4,000 princes, the House of Saud's dominance is unparalleled. In the current era, the House of Saud is led by King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, the sixth son of Ibn Saud, who ascended to the throne in 2015. King Salman has been a traditionalist, upholding conservative values and opposing the imposition of democracy. Throughout his...
And you know what? I shouldn't say it, but, we like to educate with realism over here. And again, for those just coming in, I'm going to show you something. Because, see, I like to help you thread your own needles regardless of what I tell you. For those just coming in, I'm going to put this foreignassistance.gov site back in. I'm going to tell you why I'm doing it, right? Because this is what's going to piss those of my lineage off when they get to talk about they don't have no money for reparations. You hear what these families net worth that we know about is. Okay, this one they're talking about 1.4 trillion. Okay, that's that we know of. All right. You wait till you search some of these countries that these people are in and see how much money the United States is kicking them out of our tax dollars. Now I'm going to raise another question. Oh, but I'm going to get in trouble with this one, so expect some interruption. All of these figures that you're hearing about their net worth, and you saw that picture of this particular family here, one of their members standing there with President Jimmy Carter, go to show you how long they've been dealing with our people over here. Ask yourself this question. Of everything you're about to see tonight, how many of these families have their hands into American politics? You think AIPAC is the only one? Think about it. I'm going to make it make sense for you. Don't you know that some of these people right here, if we was to really audit these books, okay, that's what I wish dumbass Elondra would have been doing, focusing on with Doge. Hey, we see the wasteful spending here, but let's try to find out who's taking this money on the table, you know what I'm saying, to sell the American people out. Don't you know these people fund both Democrats and Republicans? Because, see, let me tell you why. For the young people, let me teach you a lesson about power and how wealth actually works. See, unfortunately, in our community, some of our most wealthy, they think power is paying for luxury items and cars and all this kind of stuff to impress you. Be like, ha, ha, I got it, and you don't. No, that's not power. It's not power at all. Power is saying, hey, listen, I'm having my people come over to your nation. I don't give two shits about your politics, your country's heritage, or nothing, but it's a economic opportunity to set my people up so we can add more generational wealth to us. So what I'm going to do, I don't care about none of y'all. I'm going to fund both sides. So that way, hey, I'm in good favor with whoever wins. That's how power works when you're using money in this amount in the right way. You understand? So if you're a young Black Foundation of Black American Freedmen over here or a non-FBA person, I want you to understand that, okay? This is going to teach you a lot about what really happens when people have this kind of wealth. Let's get back to it.
Reign, he has maintained a firm stance on punishments, including prison sentences and lashes for blasphemy. However, it is his son, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, who has been at the forefront of significant reforms and has been speculated to be the de facto ruler of the kingdom. Mohammed bin Salman, often referred to as MBS, was appointed as the Crown Prince in 2017, marking a significant shift in the line of succession. Under Mohammed bin Salman's leadership, Saudi Arabia has reforms aimed at modernizing the country and improving the lives of its citizens. One of the most notable changes was the lifting of the ban on women driving, a move that garnered international attention and praise. This reform, along with others such as increasing women's access to cultural events like concerts and soccer matches, has been seen as a step towards a more inclusive and progressive society. Furthermore, Mohammed bin Salman has made bold moves within the royal family to consolidate his power. In 2017, he initiated a purge that involved the seizure of assets from hundreds of members, allegedly in the name of fighting corruption. This move was seen by some as a means to eliminate potential opposition and solidify his control over the kingdom. Despite the controversies surrounding Mohammed bin Salman, he remains a figure of immense influence and power within the House of Saud. Estimates of his person to $5 billion, and he possesses extravagant possessions, including the world's most expensive painting, Leonardo da Vinci's Salvator Mundi. This masterpiece.
Now, you heard them say that this one Saudi prince, his personal net worth on the high end is 1.5 billion. You understand? This is just one member of this family, okay? So now you're about to see, okay? Because again, I'm doing this to show you who any Muslim over here that's talking about we should be side with them. No, you need to go to the people that's holding the bag over there in your country because they fellow Muslims. Now, they might not be the same demographic of Muslim as you are, but these are the people you need to go taking your problems to because, hey, they got the bag, okay? And they have influence. But, you know, they don't care about you like that. You're about to get into now what they spend their money on. Because, you know, some of you over here, you know I don't have that type of net worth, okay? I'm blessed and thank the Most High for the things that I have, but I'm not sitting on that kind of bank now. You know my family, all right? But damn it, you probably ask yourself, what does somebody that has this type of net worth spend their money on? Yeah, they're about to show you right now because you hear they were talking about this painting right here. Rare painting, worth a lot of money, but oh, it gets much worse. Just check this out. And mind you, these people that's sitting on this type of bread, okay, they don't care nothing about the poor people in their country. Because you think about it, most of us that are Foundation of Black American Freedmen, especially dealing with our own community, if we as individuals or our families had that type of money, we would look out for everybody. Y'all know that's true about us. That's been a blessing and a curse for us. Our, benevolent nature towards people. We don't like to see people down bad or suffering, which is why we don't take any crap from these tellers coming over here because, hey, all these other groups, especially the white adjacents, they're not going to help you. If you're going to get help from anybody, it's going to be from our lineage, okay? So, again, what you're about to see here, they're about to show you what they blow their money on just for fun. Let's get back to it.
Piece of art was sold for a record-breaking $450.3 million at an auction in 2017. It is believed that the painting is kept on Mohammed bin Salman's luxury yacht, showcasing the extravagant lifestyle and opulence associated with the House of Saud. King Salman, the current ruler, is estimated to be personally worth $18 billion. Prince Al-Walid bin Talal Al Saud is another member of the royal family who has both fame and fortune. A billionaire businessman, investor, and philanthropist, Al-Walid is the wealthiest family member with a net worth of nearly $20 billion. He is the founder, CEO, and 95% owner of the Kingdom Holding Company, with subsidiary companies in the petrochemicals, aviation, technology, retail, entertainment, hospitality, agriculture, financial services, and real estate sectors. He also
Now, let me pause this right here because there's also lessons for this with our people, okay? Even if you don't have that type of wealth, okay? Because we're going to teach multiple lessons over here tonight. None of you, or at least I don't think you are. And if you are, don't put your business out here if you are. Because, hey, look, I'm going to say this. I'm not even being facetious. I don't know what you have in my chat room. I know many of you do very well over here. I just know I don't have it, okay? I don't have it. But the lesson that I want you all to learn is no matter what your net worth is or what your financial situation is, once you do get to a point where you do start having, expendable income, etc., you heard that list that they rattled off that, he's got holdings and investment in. That's what we are trying to get our community to start doing, even with what we have. Y'all know on Patreon, I try to show y'all things that you can invest in to make money. Y'all know I'm a big believer in especially big ticket items that you own, or if you have a hobby, I don't care whether it's cigars. I'm not trying to sit up here, and just preach to y'all about not having this, not having that. I'm just talking about hobbies and habits that things people have, alcohol, cigars, whatever, anything that you own or like to do, be it necessity or non-necessity, you should own stocks in that company, shares in that company, so that you are making some type of return on what you're spending, okay? iPhone, whatever it is. I'm talking to especially young people, okay? I want you to start looking at things that are like I'm showing you here tonight so you can learn from that, because you can learn how to manage money responsibly. You got to understand, having a diverse financial portfolio, that sets you up to not just be reliant on one thing, all right? See, this is the mindset that we're trying to get into our future generations as far as group economics is concerned, all right? Don't be, y'all know I mentioned this a couple broadcasts ago, don't be a perpetual consumer without thinking, okay, I'm giving all my money to this. Ladies, you too especially, okay, because y'all are the biggest consumer group in this nation, all right? Not picking on you, but I'm just talking dollars and cents, okay? Because we're going to make common sense. You should be thinking in terms of, hey, I'm not going to give all my money to this luxury item that none of our people own. It would be a different story if all this was foundational Black American freedom own, stuff that we spend our money on. But you got to start thinking, okay, instead of giving them all of this, let me get some of this back, okay? Because see, the only way for you to get it back at this point, they're not going to come and invest in our communities. Think about it. These people don't come fund anything in our community that benefit us and put us in an economically powerful position. They look out for each other, though, no matter where in the world they are, okay? And look, I'm not hating on that. That's what they're supposed to do. All I'm saying is, even if you don't have this type of money, learn from what they're doing here as far as diversifying their financial investments, okay? Get back to it.
owns Paris's Four Seasons Hotel George V and part of New York's Plaza Hotel. In fact, Al-Walid was once referred to as the Arabian Warren Buffett by Time magazine. The primary source of the House of Saud's wealth is its control over Saudi politics and business, particularly its association with the oil behemoth Saudi Aramco. Saudi Arabia is one of the world's largest oil producers, and the House of Saud's close ties to the oil industry have allowed them to accumulate vast fortunes. Their control over Saudi Aramco, the world's largest oil company, further solidifies their economic dominance. It is important to note that the House of Saud's wealth differs significantly from that of the UK royal family. While the UK royal family's net worth was estimated.
Now, I want y'all to listen to what they're about to run down about the UK family's net worth, because you know this rancid piece of filth right here. May she rest in piss. Okay, the so-called queen. Okay, may she rest in piss and rot in hell forever. I want you to listen to what they're about to say about the UK's net worth. This is probably going to shock some of y'all, okay? Because y'all, you know, I know some people probably like, well, they probably don't have as much, you know, financial stability or as much net worth as that royal family in the UK. Oh, yeah? Watch this.
Estimated to be $88 billion. Their wealth is largely based on land ownership. In contrast, the House of Saud's fortune is deeply rooted in the oil industry, which gives them unparalleled economic power and influence. The immense wealth of the House of Saud has not only allowed them to amass personal fortunes, but also to exert significant control over Saudi Arabian society. The House.
Now, this is the lesson I want to teach my people about making investments that are secure. Okay, I'm talking about secure for years and years to come. Okay, at least right now, as of this broadcast, who knows what we'll see in the future as far as like different alternative sources of energy. But right now, oil is king. Okay, now let's deal with this. A lot of people look at land as a smart investment, and it is. It is. If you have some land, okay, prime economic real estate, you can develop it, put something on it that makes money or what have you. Okay, you could sell timber off of land. I mean, I'm just giving you some basic examples. Yes, land is valuable. However, if you contrast the value of land versus how much money you can make off of being dominant in the energy sector is going to trump that real estate every time. Do you hear? And look, don't take it from me. I'm going to show you. You're going to see this. Just a few seconds. You're going to see how that would be the smart investment. So what I'm trying to do is get your mind to observe how these people use their money. And even if you have it on a smaller scale, you understand like this is what it means to make smart investments. Because see, a lot of times people don't teach our people about making smart financial investments. You understand? For the long term. Okay. In other words, you should always think long game with your money. All right. I'm not saying don't get to find the things in life that you enjoy, that you like. Okay. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, let me just use a basic example. Okay. Let's just say somebody in here, you know what I'm saying, especially if you're a young person, you hit the lottery tomorrow for a significant amount. Let's just say something like $10 million, okay? After taxes, hey, you might have maybe 6.4, something like that. And, you know, I'm just saying, for example, instead of you blowing all that money trying to look like your favorite rapper or trying to, you know, look like you important or big fish in a small pond, you need to start thinking, okay, this is what I got right here after taxes. How can I make this last for generations? Okay. See, the reason I'm saying this primarily to young people, I want all our people to think this way, but the reason why I'm saying this primarily to young people, I want that to become a tradition in our community where when our young people are, you know, rubbing elbows with these different groups that's over here, they're not the one in the room that's thinking like a perpetual consumer that all the money's going to be made off. They're like, I'm not in here just to buy what you're selling. I'm your competition. Huh? You understand that? That's the way I want the future of our young people to start having their minds when it comes to money and actually generating wealth. Okay. And start getting in the spirit of putting each other on. You understand? That's what I want to see. So again, there's lessons to be learned from this that we can all use. Let's get back to it.
House of Saud continues to exert significant influence and play a crucial role in shaping Saudi Arabian politics and society. Their power and wealth have allowed them to actively participate in the country's development, infrastructure projects and plans. Their influence extends beyond physical infrastructure. The House of Saud has also played a significant role in shaping the country's economic policies and diversification efforts. Recognizing the need to reduce dependence on oil, they have implemented various initiatives to promote sectors such as tourism, entertainment and technology. These efforts are aimed at creating a more sustainable and diversified economy for the future. Their close ties with the United States and other global powers have positioned Saudi Arabia as an influential player on the international stage. House of Busous. From their historical roots to their vast business empire, the House of Busous, also known as the Omani royal family, is easily one of the most influential families in the world. In the late 18th century, a man named Ahmad bin Said al-Busaidi rose to power and founded the House of Busous, also known as the Al Saud dynasty. Said bin Sultan, the son of Ahmad bin Said, became sultan at the age of 16 and took Oman to its zenith as a maritime power. Under his rule, Oman experienced a period of unprecedented expansion and influence. onwards, Sultan Said bin Sultan extended Oman's borders to include parts of the East African coast, Zanzibar, and other territories. This expansion allowed Oman to control key trade routes and establish a dominant presence in the region. Zanzibar.
Now, I want you to remember that particular part of this information right here that they are telling you about this particular family here, because in the end of this broadcast, I'm going to tie all of them together on something that all of you should probably be aware of that we're talking about over here. Oh, we're going to make it all make sense. So put a pin in that in your mental Rolodex. We're going to come back to it.
Zanzibar in particular became a vital hub for trade, with Sultan Said bin Sultan establishing it as his second capital. Sultan Said bin Sultan also established trade treaties with many countries, opening up new avenues for commerce and economic growth. He introduced a copper coinage system, further facilitating trade and establishing Oman as a significant player in the international economy. One notable historical event during Sultan Said bin Sultan's reign was the signing of a treaty of friendship and trade with the United States in 1833. This treaty marked an important milestone in Oman's diplomatic relations and further enhanced the country's standing on the world stage. Throughout the years, the Omani royal family has seen the rise and fall of different sultans, each contributing to the legacy and influence of the family. Today, the current sultan is Haytham bin Tariq Al Said, who continues to uphold the traditions and responsibilities of the Omani royal family. Under Sultan Haytham's leadership, Oman has seen a continuation of the family's influence in various sectors, including business, politics, and cultural affairs. The Omani royal family wields not just political power, but also economic influence due to their immense wealth. The family owns the Sabco Group, which is headed by Saeed Khalid bin Hamad Al Busaidi, who are the chairman, and Saeed Ayman bin Hamad Al Busaidi as vice chairman, both members of the royal family. Sabco Group has 22 subsidiaries under it, including the world-famous House of Amouage, a luxury perfume company that caters to the affluent.
Now, let me point out something else that I want everybody gathered over here listen to this broadcast, whether you listen to it live or you come back and catch it recorded, especially a young person. Pay attention to these company names that they're saying these families own, because you may see some of these in the cities that you're in. Now, why is this important? Let me tell you something. If they own corporations in cities that you're in, you bet your bottom dollar they've got their hands in your local politics as far as like funding candidates. See, you got to understand, when you see Brandon Johnson's and, the Eric Adams, etc., selling us out, you always have to ask this one question that's older than many of us in here. Where is the money coming from? Follow the money, okay? Don't you understand? Indeed, look, I'm telling you, pay attention to these corporation names, because some of you probably did not know about the names of some of these corporations. They have, subsidiaries over here in America, okay? So if they in your city, just know that they got their hands in your politics, or they got their hooks into your local politics. If you got a local politician that's talking right and they seem to be talking the right thing, then all of a sudden they get in there and flip like Brandon Johnson did, well, you got to understand that, hey, that money is coming from somewhere. That's the reason why they all flip like that, okay? So this is why we always try to preach against that selling out. That's why selling out is not a harmless thing, okay? Especially when it's to people that are anti-black, all right? So I want y'all to remember some of the names of these corporations that you're about to hear and which families control them. Let's get back to it.
Family also owns a variety of aircraft, luxury cars, super yachts, and palaces such as the Al Alam Palace. While the Omani royal family's influence is undeniable, it is important to note that Oman is a country that values stability and continuity. The family's long-standing presence and their commitment to the welfare of the nation have contributed to their ongoing influence and the respect they command from the Omani people. As Oman continues to navigate the challenges of the modern world, the Omani royal family remains a key pillar of stability and progress. Their leadership and influence shape the country's trajectory and contribute to its development on both domestic and international fronts. Iranian Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei. In the late 1960s, a young Sayyid Ali Hosseini Khamenei, also known as Ali Khamenei, emerged as a key figure in the Islamic movement against the Shah's regime in Iran. His charismatic leadership and unwavering commitment to the ideals of the Islamic Revolution propelled him to the forefront of the struggle for change. With his ascension to the role of supreme leader, Khamenei assumed the most powerful political authority in Iran. He began with the final say in all matters of state, including the military, judiciary, and media. His position as the highest-ranking cleric in in Iran and the successor to Ayatollah Khomeini, further solidified his authority. As the supreme leader of Iran, Ali Khamenei wields unparalleled control over various branches of government, the military and the media. His authority extends to every aspect of Iranian society, shaping the nation's political landscape and influencing its domestic and foreign policies. Within the government, Khamenei has the power to appoint key officials, including the head of the judiciary and half of the members of the Guardian Council. This gives him significant influence over the country's legal system and ensures that his loyalists occupy crucial positions of power. Khamenei's control also extends to the military, where he serves as the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. This position grants him the authority to make strategic decisions regarding Iran's defense and security. It is through his close ties with the Revolutionary Guards that Khamenei has been able to maintain a strong grip on the military apparatus, ensuring their loyalty to his leadership. The media in Iran is also under Khamenei's influence. He has the power to appoint the head of the state broadcasting organization, granting him control over the country's television and radio networks. This control allows him to shape the narrative and control the flow of information to the Iranian people, ensuring that his message is disseminated and dissenting voices are suppressed. Khamenei's cult of personality further solidifies his control and influence. He has cultivated an image of strength and unwavering commitment to the ideals of the Islamic Revolution. His speeches and public appearances are met with adoration and reverence from his supporters, who view him as a symbol of resistance against Western powers and a defender of Islamic values. In addition,
now, I want y'all to really take note on what they're saying about this, because this is Iran's, people over here that are in charge that they're talking about. And you're going to see why this is important, especially with the recent events that have happened on the world stage regarding that particular country and Israel. Okay. And to answer the sister, Mrs. L's question, she was asking, do they keep swords on them in Oman? From what I understand, that's probably like for ceremonial purposes, as far as their military and police, etc. From what I understand. Okay, so I'm not certain, but I will look into that and see if I can get an answer for you. But particularly on this right here, what they're talking about with Iran, let me tell you something. One of the things that this country does not like, okay, is not having their hooks into a country that is resource rich. And they're not able to install a puppet leader. They're not able to control them so they can come in there and get resources for under market value if they pay anything at all. Don't like that. Okay, so they're going to always have the jackals. If you don't know what jackals are, anybody that's curious about that, make sure you pick up the book, Confessions of an Economic Hitman. Read that cover to cover. A lot on the world stage today will make a lot of sense if you never read that book. But they're always going to send the jackals in, the American CIA, to destabilize that from within. Now, what are they going to do? They're going to put their citizens over there that they have bought off, okay, and try to get them to stir up dissent over there in that country. Now, I'm going to tell you something. That is a very, very risky endeavor, because over there in these places where they don't have freedom of speech, if you get caught saying X, Y, or Z, or if you get caught saying anything to the contrary or what that, is in line that they deem to be appropriate, ain't no just prison time. You're going to disappear like a magic trick. Okay. A lot of people don't understand the Western world. A lot of people over here, it is totally different. Okay. It is totally different. We have freedom of speech to a certain degree over here. We can critique these people in power, etc. Over there, hey, you get to doing that, yeah, you can do it, but hey, it might be somebody coming to see you. You understand? So again, I'm saying this for a reason. For any of these people that come from these nations like this, they got to understand, man, that you need to be thankful, because you wouldn't have the opportunity to be over here in a place where that could give you a launching pad, get your resources together and get your people gathered up over here so that you can try to go back home one day and change things. See, you have to understand, foundational Black American freedmen over here, a lot of people that come over here, they owe us many things. When you look at where they come from and the limited opportunities they have to do things, at least in modern times, this is why we don't tolerate that type of disrespect. But they finna get talking about this money in a minute here, because y'all finna find out something very, very interesting. Get back to it.
In addition to his control over various branches of government, the military and the media, Khamenei has also amassed a vast financial empire worth billions of dollars. Through his network of loyalists and connections, he has been able to accumulate wealth and investments in various sectors of the Iranian economy, including finance, oil and telecommunications. His parent company, known as Setad Edraya Farman Hazrat Emam, has grown to include other mega subsidiaries like Tadbir Energy Development Group, which includes GREATBLACKSHARK Petrochemical Products Company, which is the first ABS producer in Iran, with its exports spanning several countries including Britain, Egypt, Turkey, South Africa, South Korea, Italy, China and Germany. Setad also controls...
Did you hear how many countries that company of his is in? Okay. Now you talk about financial diversity as far as like accruing power and influence, because see, you think about it. Not only are those companies employing people over there, okay, they're connected into those countries' politics, all right? So now, where am I going with this? For a lot of people that have been wondering, because a lot of young people are asking me about this as far as like the financial setup and, you know, as far as everything with Iran and how that works, the greater majority of their finances, you know what that's going towards, all right? The number one issue, they don't want Iran to become a nuclear power, and they've got systems to understand, good, bad, right, wrong, or indifferent. They understand that nations that are nuclear powers, the United States is not flying all over the airspace doing whatever they want. That's just the truth, okay? So you got to understand that this is part of the reason why they have these vast financial holdings all over the place like that. They're not thinking short term. They're thinking, okay, we're in a bad situation. We keep getting our teeth kicked in. What's going to put us in a better position not to keep having this happen to us, okay? In other words, the lesson that the average Black American can take from what I'm showing you right here, make your money work for you with a purpose. It shouldn't just be to buy things that are entertainment wise. I'm saying this mainly to younger people. Learn how to sit and look at your money and say, okay, how can I make at least a fraction of this or a portion of it work in my favor? You understand? That's the smart way to manage your finances. Get back to it.
Marjan Petrochemical, which is invested in the production of methanol, and Sadaf Petrochemical Asaluya, which makes rubber. However, Khamenei's reign has not been without challenges. One of the most contentious issues during Khamenei's reign has been Iran's nuclear program. Despite international concerns and sanctions, Khamenei has maintained control over Iran's nuclear ambitions. He has asserted that Iran's nuclear program...
Excellent point made in the chat by my good brother Dunamis. Shout out to your brother on those highways and byways out there. He makes a good point. Some of those countries that were named that he has his companies in there, they're BRICS nations. Okay, yeah. So I mean, you have to understand how like a lot of these different nations are trying to position themselves on the world stage. If they feel like they're being bullied by the West, they're trying to make smart financial moves that get that foot off their neck. Okay. That's what they're trying to do, okay? But again, on a lower level, as far as like individuals over here, you got to learn how they moving this money around. And see, the reason why I keep bringing that up, here's the most damning thing. Our most wealthy over here, no, I'm not saying we got to wait on Oprah or Michael Jordan. That's not why I'm saying this. But our most wealthy over here, they don't even try to move their money to help us as a collective like these people do on an international level. Just think about our most wealthy over here. If they did, I'm not saying they got to do it all, but I'm saying just simply do their part. They don't do it as a collective. You got individuals that do things here or there, like Robert L. Smith, shout out to that brother. But it's not a collective effort with intent and generational purpose. You understand? But then again, we all know one of the rules, okay, especially if you work for them folks, they're like, hey, listen, don't criticize us, and you can't help your own community. I mean, we see that. That's exactly what it is. But again, I'm showing you how these people operate with their finances. Get back in.
Is for peaceful energy development purposes only, while the West has accused Iran of seeking to build atomic weapons. Khamenei's control over Iran's nuclear program has been a source of tension between Iran and the international community. Negotiations and agreements, such as the preliminary nuclear accord, have been met with skepticism and scrutiny. The extent of Khamenei's influence over Iran's nuclear program and his ability to shape the country's foreign policy have been subjects of intense debate and concern. Still, Ali Khamenei's leadership has been marked by his immense power and influence in Iran. House of Maktum. It is almost impossible to talk about the wealthiest, most powerful and most influential Muslim families in the world without mentioning the House of Maktum, popularly known as the Dubai royal family. With an estimated net worth of $18 billion, they lead a life far from ordinary, surrounded by extravagant homes, indulging in lavish hobbies and attending exclusive events. From their iconic landmarks like the Burj Khalifa and the Palm Islands to their ownership of government-owned enterprises such as Emirates Airlines and DP World, their
Now, let me go ahead and deal with the elephant in the room. Yeah, I gotta go ahead. And if you're on my Patreon, you've already seen how disgusting that is. I would be remiss if I didn't mention it. These guys right here are the main ones paying for them Dubai porta potty dum-dums, okay? Yeah, okay, yep, the crap face females, okay, that go over there and allow themselves to become living toilet seats. Yeah, hey, you know, this is where they going, you know, and you see the type of money that they got to throw around, all right? So, yeah, I had to go ahead and put it out there. A lot of these people that's running over to Dubai, they're not just going to see the sights, you know, a lot of them are going to be people's toilet seats. You know, look, let me say something about that, all right? Some people will do anything for money, all right? Some people do anything for money. That's just supposed to be certain lines that you won't cross. And I'm going to tell you something, man. People like that's not only willing to hurt other people for money, but people that are willing to allow somebody to do anything like that, even something that disgusting to them for money, that's a different type of entity. You understand? Those are people right there. They are not only are they not mentally well, they're on a different level spiritually than most of us that would never even entertain anything like that. You understand? So I'm just saying, man, you know, look, you know, some of these people, man, if you in the airport, man, and you standing next to somebody and their face smell a little funny, well, they might have just took a trip over here and had, you know, some engagements with the Maktum family. I got jokes, but anyway, let it continue.
Economic and political influence is undeniable. Under Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum's leadership, Dubai witnessed an unprecedented economic boom. In the realm of business and entrepreneurship, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum's influence knows no bounds. His visionary mindset and unwavering determination have propelled him to the forefront of Dubai's economic landscape, making him a force to be reckoned with in the business world. One of Sheikh Mohammed's most notable business ventures is his ownership of government-owned enterprises. Emirates Airlines, a global aviation powerhouse, is one such enterprise. Known for its luxury and impeccable service, Emirates operates flights to over 150 destinations worldwide, connecting people from all corners of the globe. Its first-class cabins are adorned with opulent amenities, ensuring a truly indulgent travel experience for its discerning passengers. But Sheikh Mohammed's business empire extends far beyond the aviation industry. He is also the owner of DP World, a global port operator that plays a crucial role in facilitating international trade. DP World's operations span across 6 continents, with a network of more than 150 terminals. It is through this enterprise that Sheikh Mohammed has solidified Dubai's position as a global commercial hub, attracting investors and businesses from around the world. In addition to his ownership of government-owned enterprises, Sheikh Mohammed is responsible for iconic landmarks that have become synonymous with Dubai's grandeur and extravagance. The palm artificial islands shaped like palm trees are a testament to his ambitious vision. These man-made wonders have not only expanded Dubai's coastline, but have also become a playground for the rich and famous, boasting luxurious resorts, upscale entertainment. Another architectural marvel that bears Sheikh Mohammed's imprint is the Burj Al Arab Hotel. Often referred to as the world's only 7-star hotel, it stands as a symbol of Dubai's commitment to luxury and opulence. With its sail-shaped structure and lavish interiors, the Burj Al Arab offers an unparalleled experience for its guests, catering to their every whim and desire. And then there is the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, which towers over the Dubai skyline. This architectural masterpiece is a testament to Sheikh Mohammed's ambition and determination to push boundaries. Standing at a staggering height of 828 meters, the Burj Khalifa is a symbol of Dubai's rise to prominence on the global stage. Its observation decks offer breathtaking views of the city, a grandeur of Dubai from dizzying heights. These iconic landmarks, along with many others, have not only transformed Dubai's skyline, but have also been symbols of the city's economic and cultural prowess. They attract tourists from all corners of the globe, eager to witness the grandeur and opulence that Dubai has to offer. But Sheikh Mohammed's influence is not limited to the business and architectural realms. He is also deeply committed to the preservation of Dubai's cultural heritage. The Dubai, a world-class performing arts venue, stands as a testament to his dedication to promoting arts and culture. With its
Now, let me pause it right here because I want to bring up something very important, okay? Now, I've shown you several of their most wealthy families so far. We've observed this over here tonight. Notice this portion of what they're explaining right here. These people are not just thinking about what they can buy for themselves, who they can impress, etc. Did you hear what he was saying? He's investing in preserving his people's culture. Now, why am I bringing this up? You can't go to these places where these people have this kind of wealth and just appropriate their culture and tell them, oh, it's for everybody. You understand? Oh, yeah, we going here. let any one of our black asses go over there and try to pull that off. Even if we had wealth on par with them, they're not having that. These people will go to war with their culture. You understand? Why? Because they understand that their culture is an important part of their people's heritage and lineage, and they understand that if people can start disrespecting and co-opting your culture, then they will not only take over your homeland, etc. The next thing to do is wipe you out and displace you altogether. You understand? Yeah, we going there with it. So I just want you to understand that they're most wealthy. They actually invest in the preservation and ownership of their culture. Unfortunately, when you compare and contrast that to a lot of our most wealthy, they could give a damn about that. They'll come out and join the other people that's saying, oh, well, our culture's for everybody. Well, due to delineation, it's a brand new day. We are not allowing that type of treachery to go on. Our most wealthy, some of them might be on that, but we're not letting that stand without pushback, okay? So that's where we are with it. I just want to make that important point. Let's get back to it.
Stunning architecture and state-of-the-art facilities, the Dubai Opera has become a hub for artistic expression, hosting a wide range of performances, from opera and ballet to theatre and concerts. As we reflect on Sheikh Mohammed's business ventures and the iconic landmarks he is responsible for, it becomes evident that his vision and determination have shaped Dubai into a city of unparalleled luxury and grandeur. His economic influence and commitment to pushing boundaries have propelled Dubai onto the global stage, attracting investors, tourists and businesses from around the world. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Recep Tayyip Erdogan, popularly known by his initials RTE, is Turkey's president, who, although from a humble background, has risen to become one of the most influential leaders in the world. He was the son of a coast guard on Turkey's Black Sea coast and started as a professional footballer for the Turkish football club Kasımpaşa, while also being a member of Necmettin Erbakan's welfare party and active in Islamic circles. However, he was elected as the mayor of Istanbul and ended his football career. But after military officers made a power grab, the welfare party was banned. As the president, Recep Tayyip Erdogan is considered Turkey's wealthiest politician, with a net worth of approximately $58 million. In 2018, Erdogan was also listed as the 48th most powerful person in the world by Forbes. His first son, Ahmet Burak Erdogan, is said to have a net worth of around $80 million. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan lives in one of the most lavish residences in the world. He stays at the Aksaray, which is popularly referred to as the White Palace. This residence has a whopping 1,100 rooms, 250 of which are designed for the sole use of the presidential family. Aksaray is thought to be 30 times the size of the White House and is believed to be the largest palace built anywhere in the world for more than 100 years. It is also alleged that an estimated $7 million was spent on carpets in the palace, while another $5 million was spent on outfitting the palace with 410-foot-high double doors. It is also said that one drinking glass in the Aksaray costs $250. This palace also contains numerous pools, steam rooms and spas, which reportedly raises the heating bill to around 500,000 euros every winter. He also owns a large number of luxury cars and is said to have a 416 vehicle fleet, complete with the latest and most expensive rides money can buy. Aside from his wealth, President Erdogan is a major player in world politics, signing treaties and agreements while fostering relations with several countries, including the United States, Japan, China, the United Kingdom, and several others. This makes a very significant and influential figure in the global market. The Hashemites. To understand the influence of the Hashemites, we must first delve into their rich history and origins. The story of this royal family begins with their ancestral roots in Mecca, tracing back to Hashim ibn Abd Manaf, the great-grandfather of the Islamic prophet Muhammad. Hashim ibn Abd Manaf belonged to the Dawu-Orn branch of the Hassanid Sharifs of Mecca. The Hashemites were originally Zaydi Shia, but over time they converted to the Shafi'i school of Sunni Islam. This conversion played a significant role in shaping their religious identity and their future interaction interactions with other Islamic sects. The rise of the modern Hashemite dynasty can be attributed to the visionary leadership of Sharif Hussein bin Ali. Now, this royal family is headed by Abdullah II bin al-Hussein. Under Abdullah I's leadership, Jordan emerged as a key player in the Arab world. The Hashemite king actively participated in regional politics, advocating for Arab unity and independence. He played a crucial role in the formation of the Arab League in 1945, a regional organization aimed at promoting cooperation among Arab states. Abdullah I's political influence extended beyond Jordan's borders. He sought to establish a greater Syria, which would encompass present-day Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, and Palestine. Although his vision was not fully realized, his efforts demonstrated his ambition and determination to shape the political landscape of the region. Beyond their political influence, Jordan's royal family is also known for their immense wealth and influence. King Abdullah is said to have an estimated net worth of $750 million. Aside from luxury cars, aircraft, and yachts, the royal family also owns a plethora of real estate properties valued at over $100 million. Prince Hussein bin Abdullah, the Crown Prince of Jordan, has an estimated net worth of $5 million, making him one of the richest and most popular princes in the world. Aside from living a life of opulence and luxury, the Jordan royal family has also made a significant cultural and societal impact in the Middle East. From their promotion of education and arts to their preservation of cultural heritage, the Hashemites have played a pivotal role in shaping the region's cultural landscape. One of the key areas where the Hashemites have made a lasting impact is in the field of education. Recognizing the importance of knowledge and intellectual development, the Hashemite kings have prioritized education as a means to empower their people and drive societal progress. King Abdullah III.
Now, let me pause this, okay? Because now we're getting into how they view their education, okay, in their country. What they do, and you remember that Gaddafi was doing this as well when he was alive before Obama, you know what I'm saying? And murderers went over there and did what they did. Man, you got to understand that these people, they're most wealthy. They don't just sit on their money saying, okay, what it's going to do for me, what it's going to do for me. They're like, nah, the future of our people are young people. So they will tell them, hey, if you're going to go to school here or abroad, we'll pay for it, but you got to come back and use those skills over here, okay? That's how they get down with it. They're understanding that, okay, this has to go beyond just us. Who's going to be the next generation in charge, all right? Now, again, like my brother Black Voltron said earlier, it's like pulling teeth to get some of ours to actually think in those terms. I'm not saying we don't have individuals here or there that do things to try to help the community. We do, just not in large numbers. We got to be honest about that. Most of our most wealthy are controlled, owned, bought, and paid for by them folks, and they could care less about trying to help anybody in the community. But here's the irony about it. They don't want to help the community, but they always expect our support. They always want us to support their products or whatever they're trying to sell. And see, this is what I've always said for years. If you're not going to be active in helping the community that you want to sell to, then don't ask us to buy anything from you. Go to the people that you are going to, help out the most, people that you care about the most, the people that you advocate for the most, okay? That's who you need to go to, all right? So, again, I want you to look at how these people treat using their wealth to further empower their people in their homelands.
In particular, emphasized the importance of education and established schools and universities across Jordan, providing access to quality education for all. The Hashemite dynasty's commitment to education has resulted in a highly educated population in Jordan. The country boasts a strong education system, with universities that are renowned for their academic excellence. This emphasis on education.
Oh, hold tight. My good brother, Mr. Dewan B., is in the house. Hey, brother Dewan, fact of business, ladies and gentlemen, I'm finna brag on you, brother. I saw you. I gotta do it. I know you rarely ever comment. I gotta brag on you. I'm trying to educate you all on this Arab wealth over here, but there's other education in the chat. Brother Dewan B. is a musical historian, amongst other things. My brother, would you please put your channel in the chat room? I just added you to the Red Squad. Please, brother, put your channel in the chat room. I want y'all to sub to this, brother. I'm going to tell you why. Brother Dewan B., and I don't care about you. I'm probably going to hear about it later, but I'm going to brag on you. That's my vote for replacing DJ Vlad's punk ass. What we need a Vlad for when we got brother Dewan B., and if you don't know who Dewan B. is, look him up. Check him out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, brother. Hey, we about to put you up on it, but definitely I want y'all to sub to that brother's channel, man, because not only will you learn a lot about our history and music, you'll learn a lot about y'all's worldwide. So I'm definitely going to put his link in the chat or in the pinned comments, okay? So we're going to let this continue. And again, man, much appreciated for you joining us over here, because I want our people to learn about many different platforms where they can get various forms of education. Let's let it continue.
Has not only empowered individuals, but has also contributed to the overall development and advancement of the nation. In addition to education, the Hashemite dynasty has also played a significant role in the preservation and promotion of cultural heritage. Jordan is home to numerous historical and archaeological sites, including the ancient city of Petra, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The Hashemite kings have recognized the importance of preserving these cultural treasures and have invested in their restoration and protection. Furthermore, the Hashemite dynasty has actively promoted the arts and cultural expression in Jordan. King Hussein, an avid lover of the arts, encouraged the development of a vibrant cultural scene in the country. The Hashemite dynasty's support for the arts has resulted in a thriving artistic community in Jordan. The country is known for its rich literary tradition, with renowned authors and poets emerging from its shores. Jordanian.
Now, I want to pause this again to bring attention to how they're using their wealth. They're investing in their artisans and their poetry or what have you, because they don't view them as just entertainment things. They know that this inspires future generations, okay? If you look at some of whatever your favorite literature is, your favorite music is, you know that it can be used for a revolutionary purpose. Now, definitely amongst foundational Black American freedmen, we know the importance of that within our own musical culture and within our own art culture. But over here, they're making sure that they invest in that in ownership. And you can't just come in there and claim their culture and appropriate it and disrespect them and tell them that they got it from you and all of that, like the people try to do over here with our own culture. You understand? They recognize the importance and the power of investing in that and controlling it, okay? So again, this is why I was shouting out my brother, Dewan B. He teaches the importance of knowing the origins of music history and many other different things. But I want y'all to hear the rest of this, because we're getting close to the part that I'm about to thread all of these Arab families together. And it's going to be one that a lot of people are afraid to talk about, but I'll risk it over tonight. Get back to it.
Artists have also gained international recognition for their contributions to various art forms, including painting, sculpture, and music. The Hashemite dynasty's cultural and societal impact extends beyond Jordan's borders. Their commitment to education, preservation of cultural heritage, and promotion of the arts has inspired neighboring countries and influenced the wider region. The Hashemite kings have been recognized as patrons of culture and champions of societal progress, making them one of the most influential Muslim families in the world. The Alawi dynasty. The Alawi dynasty is the current Moroccan royal family and reigning dynasty. They are an Arab Sharifian dynasty that claims to have descended from the Islamic prophet Muhammad through his grandson Hassan ibn Ali. The dynasty is currently headed by Mohammed VI, the King of Morocco. He acceded to the throne on the 23rd of July 1999 upon the death of his father, King Hassan II. Upon assuming the throne, Mohammed VI wasted no time in implementing sweeping reforms aimed at modernizing Morocco's economy and improving the lives of its citizens. His vision was to transform Morocco into a regional powerhouse and a global player. Under his leadership, the country experienced significant economic growth and became a major player in regional and international affairs. One of the key areas of focus for Mohammed VI was economic development. He recognized the need to diversify the Moroccan economy and reduce its reliance on traditional sectors such as agriculture. To achieve this, the king implemented a series of reforms and initiatives that aim to attract foreign investments, promote entrepreneurship, and foster innovation. One of the most notable reforms implemented by Mohammed VI was the liberalization of the Moroccan banking sector. He introduced measures to encourage competition and attract foreign banks, which led to increased access to credit and improved financial services for Moroccan businesses and individuals. This move played a crucial role in stimulating economic growth and creating a favorable business environment. In addition to the banking sector, Mohammed VI also focused on other key sectors of the Moroccan economy, such as tourism, telecommunications, and energy. He recognized the potential of these industries to drive economic growth and create job opportunities for the Moroccan people. Through strategic investments and partnerships, the king successfully attracted foreign companies and investors, leading to the development of world-class infrastructure and the expansion of these sectors. Furthermore, Mohammed VI prioritized emphasized social welfare and poverty reduction as part of his economic reforms. He implemented programs and initiatives aimed at improving access to education, healthcare, and housing for the Moroccan population. These efforts were aimed at reducing inequality and improving the standard of living for all Moroccans. Another significant reform introduced by Mohammed VI was the modernization of the family code, known as Mudawana. This reform granted women more power and rights, including the ability to initiate divorce and gain custody of their children. This groundbreaking change was a testament to the king's commitment to gender equality and women's empowerment. However, there's no denying the fact that King Mohammed VI can do all of this because he has the financial backing to carry out these reforms. A well-known business, Mohammed VI has vast business holdings across several economic sectors in Morocco. He is said to have inherited a 35% stake in the Société Nationale des Investissements, also known as SNI, a holding company that has stakes in several publicly traded companies. It has stakes in the country's largest bank, known as Attijari Wafa, alongside stakes in Managem Group, a mining company, Cosumar, a sugar producer, and Central Danone, a dairy firm. King Mohammed VI has an estimated net worth of between $2.1 billion and over $8.2 billion, making him one of the richest kings in Africa, as well as one of the wealthiest monarchs in the world. His son, Crown Prince of Morocco, Prince Moulay Hassan, who is just 20 years old, is said to have an estimated net worth of $1 billion. This makes him one of the richest princes in the world, with access to luxury jets and automobiles. Abu Dhabi.
Now, before we get to this family right here, one of the last ones, if you know your history about Morocco, that's over on the continent of Africa, if you know anything about the history of Northern Africa, period, that area, just got to call it what it is, was invaded by Arabs, okay? It was, and it still remains firmly under their grip to this day. Now, I got to go here for all the people that are over here talking about you work so much harder than us and you do so much better than us. You come from any of these regions that's dominated by them, these should be the people that you're worrying about that have control of your nation and dominate it to the point where, hey, they treat you like second-class citizens in their own nation. See, they ain't talking about that part, but look, if you've been over here on this platform for any number of years, you understand I've gone into detail about that many times, okay? So that's what they should be worried about, because unfortunately, they have a lot of systems that are over there today that are actually modern-day slavery. Libya isn't the only place, okay? It's in Morocco. It's in parts of Egypt. I mean, that whole northern part of Africa, they got that on lock, and just my personal opinion from looking at history. Talk about being on code and how tribalism harms you, regardless of whatever wars they had going on amongst their people. One thing that they could stand to learn from us, regardless of whatever problems we have with each other, we'll put all that aside and get on code and unite against a common enemy, okay? Because Lord knows we have our problems, but we know when to unite. Unfortunately, if you look at the history, it's a lesson about if you don't put those differences amongst your people to the side, you will be taken over and dominated by an outside group. And this is why they're in control of those northern regions in Africa today. So for those that are always talking about how much smarter they are than us and working so much harder, still practicing tribalism, well, you got to look at what that got you. Just had to throw it out there. And to get to this next family right here, this is a very important one. And again, all the companies that they were talking about, especially ones that have holdings over here, start looking in your city and see like, oh man, I didn't know they had this. See, it's very important to understand the economic real estate where you live so you understand who the power players are in your community. These are the ones that's passing that bag to your politicians, okay, whether they Democrats or Republicans. Get back in it.
The royal family. Known for their opulent lifestyles and extravagant fortunes, this family is deemed one of the wealthiest families in the world. From their luxurious palaces to their fleet of supercars, the Abu Dhabi royal family's wealth knows no bounds. But it's not just their riches that captivate the world. Their influence extends far beyond their borders, shaping the global economy and leaving an indelible mark on the world stage. As we dive deeper into the immense wealth of the Abu Dhabi royal family, one aspect that stands out is their vast collection of luxurious properties. From magnificent palaces and mansions to extravagant means of transportation, there's the iconic Emirates Palace, a symbol of grandeur and opulence. This sprawling palace, located on the shores of the Arabian Gulf, is a true architectural marvel. With over 300 rooms, including lavish suites fit for royalty, it is a testament to the family's extravagant lifestyles, private beaches, and even its own marina. It serves as a luxurious retreat for the royal family and a venue for hosting prestigious events and dignitaries from around the world. But the Emirates Palace is is just the tip of the iceberg. The Abu Dhabi royal family owns an impressive collection of properties both within the United Arab Emirates and abroad. Some properties they own in London include Berkeley Square House, home to the flash Mayfair seafood restaurant Sexy Fish, where diners sit among Damien Hirst mermaid sculptures, the 9-story luxury apartment block, One Kensington Gardens, and the Time Life building in New Bond Street. Yes, you heard that right. The royal family's wealth extends beyond their home country, allowing them to acquire prime real estate in some of the world's most prestigious locations. In addition to their residential properties, the Abu Dhabi royal family also invests heavily in commercial real estate. They own numerous office buildings, shopping malls and hotels, generating substantial income from these ventures. Their properties are not only architectural marvels but also lucrative assets that contribute to their immense wealth. One such example is the Etihad Towers, a striking 5-tower complex that dominates the Abu Dhabi skyline. This iconic landmark houses luxury apartments, a 5-star hotel and high-end retail outlets. The royal family's ownership of this prestigious development showcases their influence in the real estate industry and their commitment to creating world-class destinations. But it's not just the grandeur of their properties that sets the Abu Dhabi royal family apart. They also invest in preserving their cultural heritage through the restoration and preservation of historical landmarks. One notable project is the Casa Al Hosn, the oldest stone building in Abu Dhabi. This historic fort has been meticulously restored to its former glory, serving as a reminder of the family's deep-rooted connection to their heritage. The Abu Dhabi royal family's empire extends far and beyond, spanning across continents, from Europe to Asia, showcasing their global reach and influence. Their investments in real estate not only solidify their immense wealth, but also contribute to the development and growth of cities and economies around the world. House of Saud. Now let's turn our attention to the fabulous life of the House of Saud, the ruling family of Kuwait. With over 1,000 royal family members, this clan boasts some significant names that are synonymous with wealth and extravagance. At the helm is Nawaf Al-Ahmad Al-Jaber Al-Sabah, the Emir of Kuwait, who leads a life of unparalleled luxury and indulgence. Residing in the magnificent Bayan Palace, this sprawling palace, spread across an area of 1,399,500 square meters, is a true reflection of their opulence. In fact, it is twice the size of Disneyland. The Bayan Palace comprises 6 compounds with 18 buildings, including a grand conference hall that can accommodate up to 1,000 people. The palace is a stunning blend of Islamic art and modern architecture, with hints of Andalusian influence seen in the beautiful fountains that adorn the main entrances. But it's not just the palaces that showcase their wealth. The House of Saud owns a fleet of fancy cars that would make any car enthusiast green with envy. From luxurious sedans to powerful sports cars, their collection is a testament to their refined taste and love for all things automotive. Rolls-Royce, Bentley, Lamborghini and Ferrari are just a few of the prestigious brands that grace their garages. These cars are not just for show. They are a symbol of their status and power. Private jets are another essential part of their extravagant lifestyle. The royal family owns a fleet of private jets that rivals some commercial airlines. These jets are equipped with the latest amenities and offer unparalleled comfort and luxury. Whether they are traveling for business or pleasure, they do so in supreme style, with every need catered to. Their real estate portfolio is equally impressive. The men of the House of Saud own properties that could form a small nation in themselves. One notable project is the ongoing Sabah Al Ahmad Sea City, which has created a 200 kilometers beach for Kuwaitis to enjoy the sea and sand. This ambitious endeavor is a testament to their commitment to providing the best for their people and enhancing the nation's progress. Now let's delve into the financial prowess of the Kuwaiti royal family and explore their immense wealth fund and strategic investments. The Kuwaiti Sovereign Wealth Fund, known as the Kuwait Investment Authority, KIA, is the Middle East's oldest and one of the largest in the world. With assets estimated to be around $800 billion, the KIA plays a pivotal role in shaping the country's economic landscape and securing its future beyond oil. To put things into perspective, Kuwait is about 121 times smaller than Saudi Arabia, yet the Kuwaiti royal family's wealth fund rivals that of the Al Sauds, the ruling family of Saudi Arabia, and the Al Nahyans of Abu Dhabi. The KIA's assets are more than half of Kuwait's total investments, making it a diamond-studded crutch for the country's financial stability. The Kuwait Investment Authority has made strategic investments across and internationally. Their portfolio includes stakes in some of the world's largest companies and financial institutions. For instance, the KIA has significant holdings in asset management giant.
Oh, this is the part I was waiting to get to right here, okay? Oh, yes. Now, unless you under a rock somewhere or unless you're a young black person and you don't understand the importance of the name of this company right here on the screen, BlackRock and several others, but this is one of the main ones, has several housing holdings to the point where they're buying up all these single family homes to the point where, you know, they're talking about there's a shortage of houses. No. They've allowed them to stack up all these properties. They shouldn't be allowed to buy single family homes like that, to the point where now they're having a false shortage of homes or what have you. And then they're charging things through the roof. They're responsible for a lot of gentrification across the nation. So I want you to see how these Arab families over here have their hands into companies like BlackRock, okay? Oh, yes, this is the part that I really want y'all to take notes on, all right? Because, see, I'm going to make another point, too. A lot of these corrupt politicians, whether they're Democrat or Republicans, you better believe that they're getting kickbacks from a lot of this stuff that you're about to hear, okay? I'm going to let this play without interruption, and I want y'all to check this out, because a lot of y'all probably didn't know that they had their hands in this. Let's get back into it.
BlackRock, the UK's associated British ports, and renowned Wall Street banks such as Citigroup and Merrill Lynch. These investments not only generate substantial returns, but also solidify the Kuwaiti royal family's influence in global financial markets. The KIA's investments are not limited to traditional sectors. They have also ventured into infrastructure development, owning stakes in ports, airports, and power distribution systems worldwide. This strategic approach allows the Kuwaiti royal family to diversify their wealth and secure long-term returns on their investments. One notable aspect of the Kuwaiti royal family's investment strategy is their focus on the United States. More than half of the KIA's investments are in the US, making it a significant player in the American economy. This includes investments in real estate, stocks and bonds, further strengthening their financial foothold in the country. The Kuwaiti royal family's influence extends beyond borders, shaping global markets and economies. The Kuwaiti royal family's financial acumen and strategic investments have not only secured their wealth, but also contributed to the nation's economic growth. Their investments have created job opportunities, stimulated economic development, and positioned Kuwait as a global player in the financial world. The Kuwaiti royal family's wealth fund and strategic investments, coupled with their magnificent palaces and impressive car collection, are a testament to their immense wealth and influence. They have not only secured their financial future, but also contributed to the growth and development of Kuwait's economy. Their investments shape global markets, while their palaces and car collection reflect their opulence and refined taste. The Kuwaiti royal family's legacy of wealth and prosperity continues to captivate the world. These names all represent wealth, power, and influence, and with just a word, the fate of many is decided. If you found this video of the Muslim family who secretly rules the world fascinating, click on the cards showing on your screen and I'll be waiting.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And as the brother Dewan B and brother Black Voltron that's over there on the West Coast can tell you, brother Dewan B is telling you, they all through Beverly Hills. Listen, this is why I was trying to tell y'all, man. The information that I presented you tonight, pay attention and go back through it in case you're just coming over here to catch it on the playback. Start writing down some of these names and see if some of these companies are where you are. Because, see, the last part of this broadcast, these are the people that own these politicians, whether they're Democrats or Republicans. When you look at some of the things that they vote for, you be like, why are they doing this? People don't do things without a reason. This is who owns some of them, okay? And because a lot of people talk about AIPAC, now you see what type of money that these people have, okay? And see, this is the part of the broadcast that I told you I was going to bring up also. I got to do it. I'm not trying to be cruel. I'm not trying to mock anybody, but for those of you in the tether class, notice I said tether class. I'm not talking about all black immigrants. If you own code, we ain't got nothing but love for you. For those of you in the tether class that come from the continent, here's the needle that threads all of these families I presented to you here tonight. I got to go here. If you know anything about proper history and the chronology of the transatlantic slave trade, it started with the Arabs, was inherited by the Portuguese, and passed down and perfected to the British, okay? Some of these Arab families right here earn their wealth off of selling your people. So while you busy talking about what we need to do, that's what you need to be focused on at home. See, instead of trying to interfere with our reparations movement, talking about what we shouldn't have and what we shouldn't get, if I were you and I was an immigrant from those places, I would be trying to aggregate my resources in the place that I came to for a better life and say, okay, look, we came over here. We got a couple of million strong. We done got our paper right. Now we're going to go back home and fight for what's ours. That's what you should be doing instead of worrying about our business. Because, see, Learn from our reparations movement. Go get what's due your people. That's just what I'm saying I would do. But see, I cannot light a fire under people that doesn't have a pride for that, or that you don't see any need to do that. Instead of trying to cozy up to these people that are enslaving some of you right now in Northern Africa, you should be going after what your people are due, okay? Because those were the first ones to enslave continental Africans over there. You know what I'm saying? See, look, I didn't even think I was going to get to make it to this part here tonight because, you know, hey, they don't like y'all knowing about this kind of stuff. Well, now you do. So if anything happens to this broadcast, I definitely will put it on Patreon or Rumble or what have you. But as long as it stays up, please do remember to go back through this, write down some of these company names. Like I said, now you know who owns and controls Al Jazeera. All right, some of these different holdings in different cities where you are. You start seeing your politicians look funny, move funny. Hey, start looking up some of these names, okay? That's connected to what you saw in this broadcast here tonight. That might just be who owns your local politicians, okay? So, family, these are the people that they should be asking to get involved with the Palestinian conflict, Israeli, all that stuff. Go ask the people that's holding the bag over there. But again, they probably won't do that because they don't care nothing about you. So with that said, man, salute to everybody contribute to the broadcast. Y'all asked me to do this broadcast. I hope it was informative. I hope everybody learned something from it. And as we close again tonight, I'm going to say it yet again. Please go sub to my brother Dewan B's channel. He has a lot of educational content over there on a range of different things, primarily music, but many other things as well. Okay. So family, we're going to be back cooking over here with some more broadcasts coming up. Got stuff coming up on Patreon if you are over there. And I'm going to say this. When it comes to everything that everybody's telling us about, you know, who we should be helping, this, that, the third, ask yourself this question. Are you reciprocating anything towards my people? What's your track record towards my people? Okay? Because those of you that come from some of these countries where these folks that I showed you here tonight, yeah, you owe our people a bag too, but boy, that's a broadcast for another day. With that said, family, I want y'all to take care of yourselves. Salute to you, Black first, and I will see you all in future content.